Our cover story, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar. She joins us in an ABC News exclusive with a very important revelation about her health. Senator Klobuchar, it is so good, as always, to be in your presence. You made a statement in a blog report just minutes ago. What is it that you would like, breathe, what is it that you would like to share with us right now?
Well, thank you. Thanks, Robin. And that is that earlier this year, I found out I had breast cancer, routine mammogram, something I'd put off during the pandemic, like so many others. And I found out that I had cancer, and it was stage 1, and they were able to remove it. I had radiation in May, and now they tell me that my chances of getting cancer again are the same as any average person, which is great. But I learned a lot through this year, as I know you know, about the importance of getting those exams and also the gratitude for all those that surrounded me and my family, my husband. And it's something that no one wants to hear and no one wants to experience, but it's really renewed my faith in the people around me and in my purpose.
And your purpose, and it's nothing that anybody can ever understand when you hear those words that you have cancer. And so you look great. How are you feeling these days?
I'm feeling much better. You know, for me, I had to be juggling a lot, just like a lot of Americans right now who's got their toddlers on their knees and their laptops on their desks and their health, their job, their family. But for me, I had a bunch of hearings that I was chairing. We had the big America Rescue Plan we got through. I had radiation 2 days after my dad died, and I thought, you know, his was a long goodbye. He had Alzheimer's, and so that was going on at the same time. And it really, my husband taking me to radiation, these are my memories. I'm sure you have yours when you were battling this, but my husband getting up early, taking me to radiation, my daughter's phone calls, the nurses at the Mayo Clinic giving me a red, white, and blue mask when I got done with radiation, the perfect strangers, because I had to keep lugging my suitcase back and forth between Minneapolis and Washington, who would, not knowing I had cancer, you know, we're all wearing masks, not knowing who I was, would be like, can I put that suitcase up for you? Because you're not supposed to lift things after surgery. So it's just a lot of people helped me get through this, and I learned every day is a gift.
It is a gift, and it just, as you said, about purpose and just an understanding of why something is placed in your path and what you're supposed to learn and share, which you're doing right now. And as you admitted, like so many during the pandemic, put off a screening. This is part of the reason why, because you did that, and it's part of the reason why that you wanted to share with people. And what is your advice to folks?
You know, right now, thousands of women have undetected breast cancer. 1 in 3 Americans have put off going to any kind of routine examination or procedure. And so doctors over and over are telling me that they're seeing people with much bigger problems than if they'd gone in early. So that's my first practical advice. Get those screenings, go in, get a mammogram, get whatever health checkup that you should normally be getting, because we know there's so many better safety controls now in doctors' offices than at the beginning of this pandemic. And the second is, you know, just be grateful for the people around you. Yeah. It really puts things in perspective.
And how were you able to balance? As you admitted to, like, we all do the best that we can. You were chairing some very important investigations while going through the treatment, while going through the surgery, the loss of your father. How were you able to balance all of that with your work?
It's never easy, and part of it is just remembering the purpose of the work. I would always think, well, so many people have it harder. So many people found out about it later or had a more difficult situation with their cancer and were in chemo like you were, or have much more difficult prognosis. So that keeps you going. Some of my colleagues who had battled cancer before, that gave me an inspiration. They didn't know I had it, but I was like, yes. The idea that there's a purpose larger than yourself, as my friend John McCain always used to say, that helped me get through it. And so in the end, I am just have this unbounding gratitude for the people that were there for me, including these incredible doctors and nurses.
And I'm glad you gave a shout out to the nurses too. Sometimes they don't get the credit that they so richly deserve.
Exactly.
Lastly, I'm going to just ask you this. And first of all, condolences about your father. I know you said it was a long goodbye, and it just, to go through what you were going through, dealing with his illness, and then his passing, people are going through the pandemic, your diagnosis, all of this. What's your advice? What do you say to people who are going through? You don't compare your despair. No one compare. You shouldn't compare despair. But what do you say to folks who have challenges placed in front of them? What to do?
I would say reach out to those that you love, and people will surprise you in how they will help you. I'd say know that people have your back. As much as going on right now in our country, there's still people who want to help, who want to be there. And I know I'm going back to Washington next week, and we are debating major legislation about health care to bring down the cost of prescription drugs and the like, and continue to follow your dreams and purpose, but know that people have your back. To me, that's what my job is about right now, and just getting that information out there for people to get exams. And if even 10 more people get exams because they watched you on this interview today, Robin, we'll make this all worth it.
No, they're watching you, Senator Amy Klobuchar. It's your story. Thank you so very much. It means so much that you wanted to come on and share so much. I know you're going to make a difference. All the best to you and your family. Be well.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Robin.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.